And we are back. House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 4, The Red Dragon and the Gold. And after last week's episode, where we have a new Master of Whisperers, Sir Loris, the Foot Worshipper himself, takes on Master of Whisperers, so kudos for him. Aegon chickens out from joining the major battles that could be right around this potential corner here, and he decides to make fun of Aemond in his most vulnerable moment, curled up like a babe in an older woman's arms. So, tons of fun. Everyone's having a great time. But again, the red dragon and the gold. The red dragons that I know of are Melees and Caraxes. And Caraxes ain't going nowhere. Daemon probably still has to have more nightmares about his wife when she was a child because reasons? Question mark? Not sure what that's all about. But Melee's probably out on the battlefield seems like a logical conclusion for the next step, as that's probably one of the more experienced dragon riders. But again, a gold dragon? Is Aegon going to have a change of heart and like actually join the battlefield for once? The Sunfire of all dragons? Not really a good matchup for him, but hey, shoot your shot, I guess, when you're king. And as always, I'll shoot my shot. You guys help out with the usual YouTube algorithm metrics. It's usual ritualistic sacrifices that it adheres to that you guys know and adore. But without further ado, let's do further and let's engage.
I can't understand.
You know, any episode that's opening up with Daemon in the middle of a nightmare is just going to be one of those episodes that's just going to be a big problem for everybody.
Stop. Stop it.
Kesir, henkejut, aohalekia aotoliot joraltis.
Oh, so he's just having his deepest and most personal issues on display for himself to have to suffer through. I'm moving out of Harrenhal like next day or in the middle of this dream. I'm finding a way.
Aegon's army departed King's Landing a fortnight ago. The castles of Rosby and Stokeworth have both fallen without siege. They have raised Aegon's banner and added their levies to Sir Christian Cole's host.
That would do it. Big army marching right outside my doorstep. All of a sudden, it's like, yeah, we can just take down the one flag, and if you got a spare, I'll put up the new one. Be a lot easier than going through the whole rigmarole of battle.
How fares your grandsire?
Sadly, he remains incapacitated. He lies in a kind of waking sleep, unable to do much more than take meager drink. It is barely enough to sustain him.
So he's alive.
Yes, gods be good.
Well, my time is short and I have need of an army. Perhaps you might place a feather pillow over his head and speed along your inheritance.
Okay, Damon, you are just insinuating that a 10-year-old should smother their liege lord, who's probably kin. Maybe step down on the treason for like 2 minutes.
And you are Alan.
Yes, Princess.
I'm given to understand my lord husband owes you his life. But I was not told his saviour was so comely. Your mother must have been very beautiful.
Bernice.
I love how Alan immediately is like, oh. As if Corlys would expect anything was going to happen from here. She was more or less just kind of ascertaining what the woman that Corlys kind of stepped out on was appearing to be like. Because Alan's shaving his head. You can still see the little white hair sticking up out of his skull. We know exactly his descent because, well, Velaryon is Velaryon. There was a reason everyone was upset at Jason Luke.
I know who he is, Corlys. Alan's past is no fault of his. He saved his lord's life. He should be raised up and honoured, not hidden beneath the tides.
Is this why you came? to subject me to an inquisition.
Sir, it's not an inquisition. This is literally the most understanding you're gonna get of your wife, knowing that you stepped out, had 2 kids, and was just kind of like, yeah, well, it happened, but, we should honor them and respect them because they are still of your blood. And, well, aside from Bela, you're kind of running out of people who can, claim the Driftmark throne. So, maybe you want to jump on that real quick.
Good morrow, Your Grace.
Good morning, Grand Maester.
As requested. I brewed it myself.
More tea? Really, Alicent? You're out here just... Well, Dorshmen don't miss.
Ravens were sent to Harrenhal seeking news of Daemon's progress with the River Lords. None have, as yet, returned.
Just so. An enemy host growing in constitution marches somewhere in the vastness of the Crown Lands. We could perhaps act if only we had a host of our own, or someone here to lead us.
Mind your tongue, Sir Alfred.
I mean, I can think of one bright red with wings and spitting fire reason that should probably give you a pause for concern and to help you hold your tongue a little bit better while it's still attached to your body.
Men of House Darkland, all who bend the knee to the true King Aegon will be spared. You can earn back your honor by raising his banner and fighting in his name against the whore of Dragonstone.
Alright, so Cole is still parading around like Rhaenyra is some kind of wild card, but sir, in all seriousness, she was only bored and ended up with you, and, well, she was in love with Harwin and Daemon, so 3 people isn't really a lot to be throwing around that title.
We'll lead the van northeast. Follow the coastline.
Realize you were neither born nor bred anywhere near the Crown Lands, my good Lord Han. But Harrenhal is to the west.
Indeed it is.
The most casual of, yeah, I know which way I'm going. I mean to go that way. We're going to avoid Daemon at all costs, because you could send this whole host at him right now. His dragon would cook this entire host. If there is no other dragon, it's a losing cause.
Not be one with dragons alone, but with dragons flying behind armies of men.
No. Have him turn about. I want Harrenhal back.
Cole is already preparing his attack.
How do you know this?
He sent word to me.
To you?
The incompetent sibling versus the competent sibling. You can see how differently things would play out if one was in charge versus the other. Aemond is driving this car that Aegon is claiming to. It's definitely going downhill fast.
Almaos ne horta mi vrepagon aeopeopoles. Lokoston kodabri predagon. Prosia potaule de vrepagon. Sielvotaro mi sirto mi tiripiti vetogon. Silviton kuvinon imaderisnios. Luixos. Aojos sutioto punto ui vestrogon avisuti libas. Audli non gieri, Jumbi.
Literally every man at this table is like, I have no idea what the hell was said, so someone please speak. We know Aemon's done talking because of the silence. Your response, my king?
I thought I'd look in on you, Your Grace. After your absence from the small council, I feared something was amiss.
You're kind to do so, my lord, but indulgence was my sin. I ventured into the lamprey pie at last night's supper. Too far, I fear.
That is a rich indulgence.
Why would you bother lying to this man if you didn't bother hiding the evidence? Like, I know discretion's not really your best attribute, Alicent, because your own, daughter caught you with Kristen and then forgave you for I don't know what reason, other than she's a good person. Didn't need to. But now we're just leaving out the plan B T for all to see.
You're not seemed yourself of late.
Only weeks ago, my lord husband was alive, and the realm was at peace. Now I've barely had the hours to grieve one tragedy before suffering the next. I regret if I have not been myself.
They're both playing a weird game of like cat and mouse. He's just trying to make sure that she's still like on his side and still kind of cooperating with everything going on, because she's kind of been very weak-willed ever since her conversation with Rhaenyra, where it's like, yeah, I guess I didn't understand the whole Song of Ice and Fire thing. Kind of important. Now she's kind of like trying to delve through these books to try and ascertain any piece of vital information to be like, this is the Song of Ice and Fire. It's written down. It's logged somewhere. But she won't find that because that is around Aegon's hip at all times, and he has not the foggiest idea. It's funny, the parallels between Aemon and Daemon go very deep, of both deeply respecting one another, but also deeply wanting to challenge and figure out who really was the best one. So for Daemon to literally look and see that young Aemon, even with the patch eye, is the exact representation of him, it's probably got to be a little bit unnerving, considering, well, Vhagar for one, and for two, just that, Aemon isn't exactly what you call a slouch with the sword either. He's not Daemon, but he's definitely not going to be someone that goes down easily if he does perish in this war at all.
You experienced anything of note?
You are a strange kind of woman.
I'm no woman at all. I'm a barn owl, cursed to live in human form. So you've come here after quarreling with your wife.
What?
You arrive here alone to claim the castle and yet send no ravens. Do you now plan to make your own claim? Perhaps to prove yourself to her?
Do not try me with your insolence, witch.
It's a hard thing, I imagine, to give obeisance to one who replaced you as heir.
Alice may be new, but she's definitely understanding literally everything that's going on in Daemon's head, which is probably why he's actually hearing her out and not just removing her head from her body. She's spitting, and he's just kind of like, am I this obvious to understand? Or is there something more to this?
Here, drink this. You'll need your sleep if you're to win this place to your side.
The lovely tea she gave us is making us trip balls. We're basically like Sokka out here. We have had the cactus juice and we are quenched.
I once vied for Queen Rhaenyra's hand before she wed Seleno. I was like her spirit. She had the true blood of the dragon.
And you're prepared to march without the leave of your lord.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to be seeing your dead wife casually walking around filling everyone's cups in the middle of a political meeting. I don't think that means you're in a good state of mind.
What is it?
They don't care what I think.
Who, Aegon?
My council. Cole, Aemond, they pursue their campaign without seeking my aid or even my thoughts.
What thoughts would you have?
I'm the king.
So, share your thoughts. If you have to run around and tell everybody that you are the king, do something with that. Prove you're the king.
It's my hope that once enthroned, you would honour the burden of your new duties, be silent, and strive to learn from the more studied minds around you, in the hope that you might be half the king your father was.
Tread carefully.
Or what? You'll hang me as you did your rat catchers, or have me banished as you did your hand. I ruled in your father's absence throughout his long illness, and Otto Hightower was as cunning a statesman as ever lived. You should humbly be seeking our opinions and counsel.
Alicent, I'm not sure you understand that your counsel is worth about as much as a fart in a hurricane. You think you understand the game, but you never got anyone to play your game. You understand? There's a very, very key difference there.
It's broad daylight. We must hold here and ready ourselves to lay siege at nightfall.
We shall move now and strike by day. They will not expect it.
They will not expect it because it is fucking madness. Did you forget the little encounter we had on the road to Rosby?
I did not.
Dragonstone and their dragons are just across the bay. What, grown tired of living, have you?
You're afraid, sir?
Worse. I'm rational.
Both men are correct. Gawain, terrified. So much so, he's actually using his head for once. Congratulations, you found it. It just took a dragon making you soil yourself to find it. And Cole, well, he's trying to rub off all those bloodstains on his hand from all the sins he's committed that have soiled his cape. And, well, they're permanent, so good luck with that.
Where have you been these last days? You vanished without so much as a word.
I apologize for my absence and the secrecy, but such was necessary. I went to King's Landing.
To what possible end?
To meet Queen Alicent and sue for peace.
You saw Alicent?
Yes, I did.
You could have been taken or slain.
I inherited 80 years of peace from my father. Before I was to end it, I needed to know that there was no other path.
You guys are just going to have a whole family kerfuffle in front of everybody? We're not going to at least go find a nice quiet room and argue about this? Because Jace is just pissed he's have to deal with all these crybaby layabout vassals who, while their holds are being sieged, are trying to still vie for more and more and more power that really shouldn't be up for grabs. Because all intents and purposes, Rhaenyra's side is losing right now. I don't know what power you're going to get when there's nothing left.
There are those who have mistaken my caution for weakness. Let that be their undoing. I will go.
My queen.
You cannot.
I will not loose dragons to war whilst I hide here in my castle.
Our allies raise their banners for you, Mother.
Yes, they do.
If you die, all is lost. Send me.
No.
I will burn Cole's lines and withdraw before King's Landing could even
You lack
raise
the
alarm.
experience.
You must send me, Your Grace.
Yeah, kind of called that one, but that is the logical solution. Jace is too headstrong and too inexperienced, so he would be, what's the phrase? One and done? And obviously Rhaenyra going, even if she does win, will just be like, cool, now we know how to get her out of the castle so we can try and lay an ambush at some point in time. So this is the right move. I don't like it. It's the right move.
There's something I need to tell you, Jason. Something I should have told you when you first became heir to the throne. It's a secret that Viserys told me when he named me his successor. And it has passed from king to heir since Aegon the Conqueror's time.
Oh, everybody's suiting up. We actually have Aegon, who is still getting more hammered. You finished an entire pitcher of wine, and you're going to add more to that? I mean, pray you survive long enough, but again, wine hangover. Good luck. I'm just gonna be honest, attacking in broad daylight is so unbelievably dumb. Not just for the fact that you're risking dragon attack, but the fact that this castle's archers get a full-on just, I can see everybody within a clear line of shot, and even though they are outnumbering us innumerably, we have enough people to make your losses not worth gaining the victory of this castle. When I said an army was, like, worthless, meant it. One dragon. That's probably a kill count of 50 in just one nice little burst of flame. Oh boy. Aemon had a perfectly laid trap, and Aegon being hammered has now ruined it. Fantastic.
What men of House Targaryen? Your king has joined you! Hold to your courage! Hold to your wits! For the Seven have blessed and shielded this host with divine purpose! For the one true king, Aegon!
I'm turning around. Sunfire is not bigger than Melees. I am turning around. Thanks, everybody.
Atos Melis! Dracarys!
And the first dragon on dragon battle has officially began. Place your bets now, because I've definitely got a favorite, and it's not Aegon. Well, that certainly changes things. Can I get my money back? Asking for a friend?
Thank the gods! Dracarys!
Yeah, the face of just, wait a minute. Why does my brother look like he is about to off me? It's because he's gonna try. That's for certain. Sunfire is just having a really, really bad day. A far more battle experience and larger dragon shows up first, and then you get the most experience and the largest dragon left from Aegon the Conqueror's initial assault on Westeros, still kicking and just burns you to a crisp. That's a terrible day. You just kind of love the fact that we had this whole siege ongoing that was fully full tilt. All it took was one dragon, everyone just stops and goes, open mouths agape at what is going on here. About time Cole took a little bit of a nap. Trying to go save the king from that fall and that fire, though, is a little late. Little late. I was gonna say, you knocked down, old girl, but Mama Vhagar isn't going away that easily. kidding me? And that's what a war-tested dragon does, ladies and gentlemen. Awful things. And for the wrong side, but... Round 1 to the greens. This is what you wanted, Cole. War, glory, honor. You just forgot you're trying to do this in the lifetime where dragons still exist and you guys are pathetic nothings by comparison. You might as well be Legos being played with by a giant.
Aemond!
Where is His Grace?
He's still alive, but he looks worse for wear. I don't think there's going to be any amount of makeup in the world that's going to fix him today. Or tomorrow. And that is a first episode with Warfare that did not go well for Rhaenyra's team. We're down Melees and the Queen who never was. Decisively, I might add. Sunfire is badly damaged, but that was friendly fire. Dragon's still alive. Aegon's still alive, but he's got a whole new look. Let's just put it that way. When dragons are involved, nobody wins. Other than the audience who doesn't have to actually deal with it because comfort of our homes and all that. But as always, if you enjoyed any of the content here today, by all means, you know, YouTube's usual algorithm and metrics and things that help it out. I've been the Sarcastic Geek. I will see you guys in the next episode.